Aw, look at that. That is the whole slab of pastrami. Hey guys, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing another big pastrami tour in LA. Today, I'm in the city of Burbank, and before we continue, I advise you to go to the video description and click on the link of the other pastrami tours that I've done in the past so that you guys know where I've already been to. You'd be surprised to know that Burbank has some pretty good pastrami spots that not too many of us really know about, but I'm going to show it to you in this video. And by the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you which of these three that I personally like the best. And if you guys are new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food videos coming your way. And with that being said, let the pastrami tour begin. I made it out to my first spot, which is Katz's Deli, which is hidden in this little liquor store called Village Liquor and Market. I heard that this is some of the best pastrami that you can find in the city. And I do want to let you know that this Katz's Deli is not related to the one in New York City. But is the pastrami as good? Well, I'll find out. So many people come to this place to get the pastrami sandwiches. They even have matzo ball soup. They have other sandwiches as well. Just like a mini deli right here in this little liquor store. You would have never guessed, right? So all sandwiches come with your choice of coleslaw, potato salad or macaroni salad, and pickle spears. So there it is, the pastrami. So I heard that it is half pound of protein on seedless rye bread. Oh yeah, and they also have these other sandwich choices too. And some hot dogs and chili, which I heard are very popular here. Got some desserts. And if you're eating with a big group, you got to do a party platter. That's the way to go. And I want to mention that you can buy this meat by the pound. You see that? The deli meats, everything from pastrami to your Vienna, all beef hot dogs, even the deli cheeses and some of the salads and more. All right guys, this is Sheldon. He is the co-owner, family business, of Katz's Deli. He's gonna show us how to cut some of that pastrami. So this pastrami is double steamed. That's why it's supposed to be very tender and it's supposed to lock in all the juices and the flavors from what I heard. I'm already liking what I see. One of very few rare pastrami spots that hand cuts the pastrami meat, because most every place you go to, like 95 or 99%, will shave the meat, almost like, you know, with hot pot or shabu shabu. But this is like the really exciting, legit way to do it. I'm so excited. Chef is kind enough to let me preview it a little bit before I taste the sandwich. Wow, it's so hot. Okay, I can already tell that this pastrami sandwich is going to be like one of the best that I've tried in LA, just by tasting that. And you get your choice of mustard. This one is the spicy brown. It's the best one on the menu from what I heard. Here it is, their famous hot pastrami sandwich. Look at how thick those slices of pastrami meat are. Once again, double steamed. So that means it's gonna be very tender, very juicy, and very flavorful. So that's the sandwich that's been cut in half. And we got a pickle on the side, as well as one of your choice of sides. I got the potato salad. Because this is a liquor store, you're not gonna find any indoor seating. It's not a restaurant. But the good news is they have a couple tables outside, but it does come in a very convenient to-go container so that you can have your lunch anywhere out here in the city. One of the best pastrami sandwiches I've had anywhere in LA County. Simply for the meat itself. It is fantastic. Wow, that's really good. It's so tender and juicy, and it has like the signature taste of the pastrami, you know, kind of like that briny, slightly peppery flavor. Like I feel that double steaming process really locks in a lot of the juices and flavors. Now the bread itself is kind of unique because it's not the typical bread that you would see in a lot of Jewish delis. More like a typical white bread, I would say. So nothing spectacular or mind-blowing, but what's inside, like the mustard and the meat, is pretty mind-blowing. This is one half of the sandwich. The meat is laid out vertically, so not horizontally. This is $20. Not terribly bad, because if you go to a lot of delis, especially like Langer's or Katz's Deli, they're gonna charge you like $27, $28, or $29. But for $20 for something this mind-blowing, this is really not as bad as it can get. I'll definitely take it. The Reuben sandwich here is also super popular. You can get a choice of pastrami or corned beef. I decided to mix it up a little bit to try the corned beef. And in here we got the Swiss cheese and sauerkraut covered in the Russian dressing, served on seedless rye bread. For $23, you get the sandwich, plus you get your side and your pickle. The way they cut their corned beef, just as equally astounding as the way they cut their pastrami sandwiches. This is the best corned beef sandwich I've ever had, like anywhere here in LA. And I heard there's a crazy story behind it. Apparently the owner got the recipe from this old lady from Jerusalem who was about to die, and she wanted her recipe to continue to live on, so she posted it online for anybody to take. So he found it online, he tried out the recipe, really loved it, and now it's pretty much that lady's recipe that lives on at Katz's Deli. Tender, juicy, it has like a very strong red wine flavor, it's kind of earthy tasting. It's fantastic. I mean, you can just pull it out and just enjoy like that. Oh, it's crazy good. If this place ended up being my favorite out of all of them, I wouldn't be surprised. This is like the Langers of Burbank. It's so crazy good. It's definitely on the same level as Katz's Deli in New York City. I mean, just for the pastrami itself, it's mind-blowing. Yeah, make the trip all the way from the other side of LA if you need to, because this place is truly a hidden gem that's gonna blow up big time in no time. So they got the other sandwiches, they got the desserts, and if you come on Tuesdays, you buy a sandwich, they give you 2 ounces of pastrami to take home. This is just a really awesome place all around. All right, guys, this is Noemi and this is Sheldon. They're the owners of this restaurant, Katz's Deli. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Since it's all in Burbank, I don't have to drive terribly far. That's always a good thing. So on to the next spot. I went a little bit north to the downtown Burbank area to check out my next spot, which is Papa's Meat and Seafood Company. This is the highest rated Armenian meat market in the city of Burbank. It's not a pastrami restaurant per se, but this meat market sells some of the best pastrami sandwiches you can find in this entire city. So obviously, I'm gonna check it out. It looks like it's kind of a tight little space. Like I said, it's a meat market, but they don't just sell Armenian meats for, you know, like Armenian food. They have meats of all kinds, marinated in different ways. It's family owned, it is halal. They also sell some of these sauces up against the wall. And of course, like I said, your sandwiches. Let's see what's on the menu. The Big Papa Pastrami is very popular here. 14-hour smoked pastrami brisket on this bread, along with Swiss, slaw, lettuce, aioli, or you can do something like the Lucca, which is also popular, the pastrami brisket on sourdough, cheddar, jalapeno, lettuce, aioli, or I suppose if you want these other sandwiches or you want like a Big Papa burger, yep, they got burgers here as well. That is like the longest strip of pastrami I've ever seen. Look how big that thing is, that's crazy. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is insane. Wow, juicy. When you order the sandwiches, the pastrami brisket is hand cut. Even this place does it too. That is insane. And you get half pound of protein in each sandwich. So it is pretty generous. So this is the sandwich that started it all. The Big Papa Pastrami, $20. Again, not terribly bad because I've seen a lot worse. 14-hour smoked pastrami brisket on ciabatta bread, Swiss, slaw, lettuce, and the aioli. Just like with Katz's Deli, this meat market has very limited seating. Only 2 outside of the restaurant on the sidewalk. But once again, you can always take it to go because they wrap it up very nicely and you can enjoy it out in the city or at home. But I was lucky enough to get a table here. Oh yeah, nice big space. That is like a big mouthful. Yeah, they really stacked this thing pretty high with thinly sliced pieces of that brisket pastrami meat. This is kind of like their version of Langer's number 19. That's not to say that it tastes just like Langer's number 19 at Langer's Deli, but you kind of get the idea, right? You get some of the veggies in there that adds like that refreshing crispiness. And there's the meat itself, which has like a kind of a smoky flavor. I mean, I kind of already knew that because the menu said it was 14 hours smoked. That's why it's so tender. And it has like that smokiness that's really ingrained inside, almost like eating barbecued meat. Oh man, I love the bread too. This ciabatta, it's like so fluffy and has like a nice chew. Wow. I would say that I'm enjoying this bread more than the one I had at Katz's Deli just a moment ago, because I'm into like really fluffy type of bread that's almost like focaccia with the meat inside of it. I can see why the Papa is so popular here. I feel like this style of pastrami is something that you can find if you were to go to those trendy cafes around LA, but a cafe that really knows how to make their pastrami, just like this place. Why not? Let's try another one of their pastramis. This is the Luca. So for $17, you get the pastrami brisket on sourdough bread, cheddar cheese, pickled jalapeno, lettuce, and aioli. This one is even better. Everything about the sandwich, the crispiness of the bread, the taste of the cheddar cheese, the pickled jalapeno, which makes it a little bit spicier. The pastrami itself, it's just like the one that they use in the other one. Both of these sandwiches are pretty awesome. It just depends on what do you more prefer. Do you like it with the crispy rye bread, or do you like it with the fluffy ciabatta? Are you more into the cheddar cheese? Are you more into the Swiss cheese? Do you like it a little bit spicier, which is this one, or do you like it non-spicy? Like I said, both of them are good, but this one just kind of more hits home with me. It's not just here in Burbank, but any city you go to in LA County, you'll see the pastrami made differently. You'll find the traditional Jewish deli pastrami. You'll find craft chef-driven pastrami. You'll even find like those fast food hoagie style pastramis. That's the one I'm actually going to go to next in just a bit. But before that, I'm going to finish up on my sandwich. See, they even have non-pastrami sandwiches like the Milano, the salami, which I heard is really good. So all the reason to come to Papa's. All right, guys, this is Alex. He is the owner, the manager, dishwasher, everything. He's a really awesome dude. Look out for this guy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for checking us out.
Last but not least, I have made it out to Santoro's, which is one of the oldest sandwich shops in Burbank. It's been around for about 69 years, and they are a neighborhood favorite. It's not a pastrami shop per se, but they do have one of the most unique and loaded pastrami sandwiches you can find in this neighborhood. When you come up to the cash register, you'll see the menu on display. I like that. Hot subs, my favorite. So you can get two sizes, small, which is $12.25, or large, which is $13.50. The pastrami, you see that? Choice local pastrami simmered in Santoro special sauce. I heard their pepper steak is also very popular. Their meatball, their sausage, I mean, I'll take it all. And they also have a catering menu, so if you decide you want to get like 100 sandwiches, it's going to be cheaper to go this route per sandwich. You see the hot sandwich, $12 each for the catering. And if you want to add the sides for additional costs or salad, that's how much it is. And then there are also extras and the bonus items.
Normally put mustard on it. They ask for cheese, so we put cheese. And I don't like tomatoes on mine, so I'm going to make it the way I want to, since you're going to try it. And we usually put onions and pickles. And then we'll put some pepper and some oregano. And then we always cut them in half. And we wrap them. And that is a Santoro 7 Bream sandwich.
Here it is, their famous pastrami sandwich. Look how big this whole thing is. Now, what differentiates this pastrami from the other places, other than the really big hoagie bread, are the toppings. You can put onions, pickles, even tomatoes if you want to, pepper, salt, oregano. It's their unique recipe. You have to be careful because all of the toppings fall off pretty easily. And the good thing is, a napkin dispenser is up against the wall in the seating area for your convenience. That is very flavorful. according to the menu, this thinly sliced pastrami is soaked in their house special sauce. And it is pretty tender as well because they slice this meat so thin. And they have the mustard inside, which is very typical, but it always works. So I'm not complaining because that's like my favorite sauce to put inside there. But I think that the toppings on top add something unique to this pastrami. Because me personally, I'm into very simple pastrami, like the meat, the bread, whether it's rye bread or the French roll, plus the mustard, and that's it. Like, I'm very content with that kind of pastrami. So this is one of very few times that I've had pastrami with additional toppings or vegetables like this. So you can get two sizes, the small size for $12.25 or the large one for $13.50. And they do give you a pretty sizable sandwich, so you are not going to be hungry anymore after you finish one whole sandwich. This is the only pastrami sandwich that's on the menu, but this itself is good enough for a visit because it tastes great. Like the meat inside, once again, it's tender, it's juicy, and you got the mustard in there, as well as the toppings, which really makes it different than a lot of the pastrami sandwiches. It adds the unique personality. All the onions and the pickles. You can even put tomatoes on it as well. So large size of this, $13.50. Not terribly bad, right? I actually think that's a very good deal. So now you're asking, which of these 3 pastrami spots featured in this video did you like the best? It's pretty easy. It was Katz's Deli. That place was just mind-blowing. Like the taste of the pastrami, it's top league. It's really some of the best pastrami I've had in my entire life. But then again, I encourage you guys to visit these 3 restaurants, these food spots all around Burbank, and let me know what you think in the comments section. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next food adventure.